Something big is happening for Australian crafters and of course crafters around the world. But first off, a whole bunch of brand new wheel makers and American crafts tools and supplies are coming to Spotlight stores in Australia, and I've been sent an entire boxed in box and review with you. If of course you're watching from anywhere else in the world, I will link down below for you where you can access these items as well, because I know you're all going to be excited. I received a Revolution die cutting machine, bookbinding tools, paper pads and paper collections that I know you'll be thrilled to watch. So I can't wait to share it all with you. Let's get right into today's video and open up everything together. Hi, I'm Lana Lynch and welcome back to my channel. I am thrilled to be sharing with you this big unboxing of things that are coming to Spotlight stores in Australia from We Are Memory Keepers, We Are Makers, and American Crafts. So I started things off with tools that I've received. Now these are some of my favorite tools to use. I use quite a lot of these every time I'm crafting, and so I'm excited to share a bit more with you what's coming. If you're watching from the United States or anywhere else in the world, I would link down below where you can access these items as well, but also these are coming to Spotlight stores. If you're in Australia, you can order online as well. So let's get into today's video. So where do I start? Let's start with cutters. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of these, and so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the cinch things together. There's some bookmaking things, which I put those together. Oh, this is like a ruler I haven't seen or have yet. Let's start things off. So this is actually one of my favorite Guillotine cutters to use. It's tiny enough to like fit on your desk. You can use it for up to 6 inches, and so it's quite handy for cutting little things. If you're working in a memory planner, a planner, journal, I think this is quite handy to have. I will show you mine one sec. Alright, so this is the one that I have. I love pink and lilac tools, and so I remember a few years ago when I was on the American Crafts We Are Makers design team that even though I got a lot of the blue items, I kind of sourced quite a bit of the pink ones. So great, because in this video I could share with you some of the things outside of the box that I do use. And you can see there are sticky bits on here. I genuinely use this. I think it's the cutest thing. It has a really sharp blade on the side here. I use it for even like a few layers of paper or cardstock or whatever material you're using. I quite like how great it is. And so we also have this pink one, which is a score and cutting board. It comes with this, which helps for, which is your scoring tool. You can also use it for, let me take out mine as well. I brought it along. So it opens up like this. So you have a full 31 centimeter 12-inch scoring board, and you use your little tool here to score. You flip this for scoring. It scores half centimeter increments, so you could, you know, work really well with that. The inches are down below, so like just being mindful. For example, this is like 3/8 inch, 5/8 inch, you know, like it is aligned to the centimeters versus the inches. Compared to like my all-in-one tool, which is paired to the inches. I could show you that now as well, but I quite like this. Another cutie pink, love it. And so you also have the replacements of these are also available if your tools get, you know, a bit, your blade gets a bit dull. I'm sure some people also know how to sharpen their blades, which is quite handy. This fits really well. I'm seeing something here that I'm not sure. Like, I've never quite noticed this before. Not sure what it's for. Let's see. Okay. Oh, does it keep it? Ah, okay. Yeah, so that would keep it from folding. Okay, it's on both sides. So these will keep it from folding in two. There we go. I didn't know that existed on this. Okay, so now it's sturdy, doesn't close. That's really brilliant. I always love the details from William Maker's tools. Probably why I use them all so much. But this is the pink, and I showed you the guillotine. So let's move on to the other tools that we have here for this unboxing. Alright, so some new tools came out recently. Let's go with this Rotary Cutter. So you have your Rotary Cutter here. It has its standard blade, safety lock. I would say that it's great for, yeah, people who use, I mean, like, I could probably, no, not probably, you don't really need to do that. But yeah, I was thinking if you use it with the on the scoring board and you want to cut, you know, like cloth or anything like that, it'll probably be quite simple to do that. But I'm thinking about what base you'd use. I guess you'd use like a scoring pad or a thick cutting pad as well. It cuts a wide range of materials. I'd love to test this out at some point in this video to see, you know, like what kind of thickness it works well with. And so going on to the book binding tool. So you have, this is a book binding guide. I will pull, okay, I see it. I'll pull this one out for you. This is pretty cute. It comes with thread and okay, I can show you what I've made with this. Let me grab that. Alright, so we have a book binding guide, and it comes with this platform here, and you put your papers in there, and then you could punch your holes as well. So this is a project that I've made with this so far. And so you can see you punch your holes through and you create a spine, and you also do it for each paper that you're using. And then you have like this really pretty so you have like a variety of different book binding styles. It comes with a booklet that kind of walks you through everything, but you can make saddle, Coptic, and Japanese bound books. In here you have your needles and some thick thread. I use thread from one of the other bookbinding things that came out over the years. I'm gonna show you it. I'm not sure if it's still in production, but you may be able to find it directly on the American Crafts website. But I can look it up and link it down below for you if I find it. But it came with like about 5 or 6 different color threads, and it was part of this Cinch release. So that was really nice to be able to use it for this. I really love how this turned out, and I feel like I want to make more books like this. And I also have this one. Let me show you. It's fun looking around your craft room to see what you actually have. So this one I made as part of a Paige Evans workshop that I went to. I mean, she made the wooden covers and punched them, but then we did the book binding with our booklets, and you know, we chose our booklets, and she walked us through how to create these books. So quite fun because you have like your loose booklets. It could lay flat like this, and so she taught us her own method, and of course this I think is the Coptic, this one I think is the Japanese, I'm not sure, I'm sorry. But yeah, with the Coptic you can also add in like charms at each level, so I added a lot of charms for mine. So I love how that turned out. This was a fun workshop. And so yeah, so this is what your bookbinding tools can do. It comes with everything you need, and it comes with the instructions as well, like how to do the various stitches. So I was right, this one is the Coptic stitch. And then let's see, this is what saddle looks like here. So I was gonna say basically like a saddle. And then we have the Japanese, which is, yes, what I did here, because I really like the pattern. So this was a pattern that I did here. And they have like different templates and like where to put your needles to punch for each of the different patterns to create. And then you can also as well YouTube like video tutorials of how to do this stitch. They're quite common, and yeah, people use them quite a lot. So this was fun projects to make. And then let me just see if I find this one. Okay, so this is what I use here for the project with this mini album that I created. And so this is from the multi-cinch kits, like some of the things that were produced when that was brought out. So you have your 6 different wax string, and I thought, you know, you can use it with this, or if you have a multi-cinch you can also use it with that. I don't have a multi-cinch just yet. I think it's a pretty cool. I do have like 4 different cinches, square, circle, a disc bound, but not the multi-cinch. And the multi-cinch has quite a lot of different cartridges for a lot of different types of bookmaking, but this is one of them, being able to do the Coptic. I thought that was quite cool to add. So you can either have your bookbinding guide, or if you have your multi-cinch you could also use it to create something like this. And then on the topic of book binding, I also have this book cover guide that came in. So you can use it to create album covers, as you can see here. And I also have corners. I'm not sure if the corners are still being produced, but I will share it with you now as well. I love everything that We Are Makers makes. I feel like they're just so innovative. So in this book cover guide, I haven't used this one yet. What I have used is the corner guides. And so, for example, if you're making a project like this and it's drying, but you want to like crease your corners and you want to dry, for example, these 2 pieces together but on an upright position, I've done that for, I'll pull it out for you now. I have a project where I use it for, and it really helped to get them to glue, but on like just very distinct straight edges. I thought those are pretty cool. And so I think these are all that I have for bookbinding type things so far. But yes, I do have the cinch tools, the wires, and that kind of thing. So I will share that with you now, because we're on a topic of bookbinding and how exciting it is. So let's do that. Alright, so this is what I use the corner guides to make. So we have this little gift box here, and so I was able to put like these corner pieces in here and like glue them together and create this box like really easily. So loved it for projects like this, a bit more 3D. And then I just, you know, place my envelopes with my flowers in here. It was a project for autumn with one of Paige Evans's collection. So very cute, easy to use. So let's move on to the cinch items. Okay, so now we're on to cinch supplies. There are a few different things. So the binding wires are always very useful because you can use them with the existing cinch machines if you already have your cinch machines. And so it's always nice to have the different colors too. Different shades of blue. This one's black and white. Pink. Different shades of pink here. So you have your darker pink and your lighter pink. And similarly here you have your lighter blue and your darker blue. It comes with 4 pieces, this one, and it's a 1-inch binding wire. So easy to use. I would usually just, depending on your height of your book, you then use your wire clippers. So this is actually a new color because I have the lighter pink, which is here. So this is a brighter, much brighter pink from previously made. And so you just use it to cut off any excess and you go along. So very easy to use. You have your pinks, your gold. It says gold 1-inch and gold 0.625 inch. So I usually use this for smaller projects. Let me bring one of my projects out to show you. And I also have this one, which is really nice with all the different colors. This is pretty. I've always wanted this one. So here are a few projects that I've made with this cinch. I had more than I thought I did, just at arm's length. So there must be more as well. But let's start with this one. So, this is where these were. Okay, we moved recently and had, repackers help. And so some things are in odd places. So this one I really love. This is one of like my personal little pet projects. I think this is one of the first times I tried something quite like this. It's supposed to have like, like this extra bit here. I thought that was fun. I bought the cloth to match this collection, which I found here, and I used, this was one of Damask Love's collection from American Crafts. It's a huge collection. I got it from Walmart if you're in the US. And so I did this for International Women's Day a few years ago to commemorate my family, which is, my mom has lots of sisters, and so I have all my cousins, and we just always have such a great time. I have this with like my great-grandmother. So it's a really nice project to commemorate the women in my family. So this is my mom and my great-grandmother when she was visiting. So yeah, so I used the cinch to create this booklet. And so in and of itself, it's, I have the sleeves made of like plastic paper or thick acetate. And then I created, just a little band for the back. But this is probably like my first cloth album I ever made. And I really love how this turned out. And so I would have used that book binder too that I shared earlier in the video to create like the edges and whatnot. And there's chipboard inside here, so like all the tools that I shared earlier would have come in really handy for this. And then I just cinched my paper, created my my pages, and then passed my paper through this cinch, which would be, I will show you which one I used. And then I found all these photos from when I was a child and whatnot from my mom, which is my cousins, and it's all really nice, my aunts. And so I really loved creating this project. Sometimes as scrapbookers we kind of get a bit down that we're not getting everything captured, but when we look back at our projects, we realize that we've done pretty well. So this is another one from like Cinch collection as well, but what I did was I created like this band, so it could slide out like this, but you have your front and the footers here. This is also one with a cardboard front for the album, and I did an acetate back, and so it's quite fun. And so what this does is you pull it off like this, and then you kind of open it up was the idea. I think what I could have done here as well was, okay, I think that's what happened. I wanted to like punch the edge, but then I put ribbons in. Anyway, I decided to do like a band versus attaching it here. So it's like the case, and then we have the little album here with our photos from a trip to the beach with my son. We stayed at Burley Heads, which is always nice, on the Gold Coast. And yeah, so this is a fun one using like this set sail collection from American and Heidi Swap, one of my favorite collections of all time. I have some, you know, like little journaling cards and stuff in here about it, and there's a little notch, and you know, we have some tags as well, and just some cute little bits and pieces, and then we have the back bit as well. So very fun project. Use the disc bound parts for the, and like one of the mini, I have the mini pink cinch, and it gives these disc bound holes, and so I have like a bag of these from Amazon. I can link some of these down below for you. Just let me know if there's something that you can't find, and I'll be happy to add it in. So yeah, so lots of fun projects with this cinch tool. It is also one of my favorites. It's a mini album from the beach, so this has an open up acetate cover, and then I have this little booklet here with our photos. What I liked about these best is that I find they're like really easy albums, like because I'm cinching and I'm making my own booklets, I could just use little bits and pieces of ephemera in there, stickers and stuff. I don't have to do too much. This is a spot that we love visiting every year. We've already gone for the year. Like, that's how much we love it. And so I think in this time we actually went twice this year because one of our friends had their birthday parties down there, so we ended up going again. And so I really didn't do too much journaling. I just shared the photos and stuff, and then I just did a bit in the end. It was lovely spending another weekend in Byron. We absolutely adored staying on this side of the bay. We stayed like on Broken Head side, and it was like our friend's 40th birthday party, and Suffolk Park was where we were, so just added that in on the end. And I thought this was like great for an album, you know, for a short weekend. Lots of photos for a short weekend. I realize now that I have 2 children that I don't get as many photos because my hands are always full with taking care of the kids, but yeah, it's still nice to look back on these. So this is what I created with the cinch so far. Now this one is for the thermal cinch, so a bit different. I don't have the thermal cinch machine, so I can't really talk too much about using it, but it is something that I've always liked seeing, and I love the possibility of being able to, you know, make the glue bound notebooks as well. So these are coming too, and this is, you know, your whites and black cinch tools. I showed the cinch clippers, so when you're making your books. And then you have, this is a new tool, it's a cinch stapler, and so you use it to create like booklets where you staple the spine, so that's pretty neat. And you can go in to slide it into the paper and then cut, you know, staple on this spine, so that's quite exciting. Of course, keep your fingers away from the slots where the staples come out, and it comes with 400 staples. It's magnetic, and there's a staple guide as well, so you know exactly where you're stapling on your paper. So let's move on now to, we have die cutting machines, and then after that we have papers, stickers, and paper pads coming up, and some embellishments and whatnot. So we'll dive into that next. So up next we have the die cutting machine. So I received this one, which is the mini evolution in lilac. It's a 65 piece set. So let's go inside, let's open this up and see what's inside. I guess from the back of the box we can tell that we have the mini machine, as well as the buffer plates, cutting plates, embossing plate, 2 embossing folders, 8 dies, and 50 pre-cut cardstock sheets. I do have this one in pink. I'm really glad I got this because it's I've had it for years and I use it all the time. I tend to keep it on my desk because I find that it's so easy to just use to die cut any little thing. But it's stunning, it's lilac color. For me it's a bit like on the pinker side of lilac, so not a cooler lilac, but a bit of a warmer lilac, if that helps. It's beautiful though. It is very similar to the lilac from this. So like if you're looking into matchy your tools in your craft room, it's pretty great, because then you could have a lot of the similar items. This has, you know, your lilac plates here. I quite love that you could create texture as well from your embossing folders. Just some universal patterns. We have the dotted background as well as this. So let me show you a bit like just how easy this is to use if you've been looking for a die cutting machine, or even like a mini one, just to have on your desk. So you have your instructions here as well. So what you're doing to create your sandwiches, you have, if you're embossing, which I think I'm gonna do today, and you have your cutting. So you have your gray, which is your cutting plate, and then your B and your E are your embossing plates. So basically you use your B with this BC when you're cutting with a die, or you use your B and E when you're embossing with an embossing folder. And so because these come pre-cut, this is about, it's about 3 inches by 4 inches, or probably a little, it's 3 by 5, and it's perfect for the width. So that's the thing with this size, you can cut up to, you know, about 3 inches wide. If it's any bigger, you'll need a bigger die cutting machine. So cute for desk space, because you can't always fit, you know, a full-size machine on your desk. Very smooth, easy to use, smooth handling mechanism, no resistance there whatsoever. And let's just pull it up, and so now we have our embossed piece of paper. Very nice for if you're collaging, journaling, or using it as a 3x4 card in your project life or anything like that. Very, very handy to have just on your desk. And of course it comes with these nested circles, which I quite love. Let me bring out my old plates to do some cutting with for you. So these are my old plates here. You can tell by the way like how much I use them, you can tell. So you see, very handy plates. You have the same things in the pink, same designs, and it also comes with these, which I've found over the years to be quite handy because like we always need nested circle dies, but these are also stitched, so it gives like a nice pretty border. And you can also use it to do, just say you need like a frame, if you want to create a frame. So let's start with this. I'm just gonna get some washi here to stick it down a bit. And then another piece here. And I want to go in about 3 sizes in, so I get like a nice, is this too big? Well, let's try this size and we can compare. So we have this one. So I think I had the right size for me, for my preference. So I've also used these in the past to like create windows, for example, on I'll show you just now, but I have this die from Leah by Mail, which is it? Oh, this is Easter. Okay. Is this Easter from last year? Oh, cute. I didn't realize I got so far in this album. You see, like, we're doing no. Okay, let me just take a break and find it. So I used like one of these projects like this, right? So this is like a camera. It comes with a stamp and a pocket, a camera pocket die. And so, but this would have been full-fledged, you know, would not have been a whole hair. So what I did was I placed, after I cut it out, I placed, actually no, I did it all in one. So I placed that camera die in here, and then I placed one of these smaller circles because I thought like, oh my god, a camera die with a window. So I placed a smaller circle here in the middle, yeah, and then pop that through my die cutting machine, so it ends up with a camera pocket with a hole. So like things like that, like a nested die is really important, and I actually quite loved that happened. So I just put some acetate behind here. I use one of the larger dies to cut acetate, and so it is an actual window with acetate, and then I just tucked the pictures in here. And this was from our Disney album, so my Disney album as well is coming together, and so I quite love being able to add some of these things in. This is fun, using those. So very versatile dies. And so just gonna cut this frame now. And I guess this could show you as well like how long these last, because I'm pretty sure I've had this one since about 2022 maybe, and as you can see I use it quite regularly. You know, some dies are thicker than others in terms of their metal dies, and so just kind of knowing as well. So this has a really lovely texture, as you can see. You have your little stitched texture there, and then I'm just gonna pop gently gently pop this out. So I have a little window, which would be fun to like add as a journal card or something as well. So this is what happens here when you use it. You have like your stitch outer but a smooth inner, and then you could always add it to something, have a picture behind, and then this you could always like layer it and have like embellishments on top. So fun. Or you could also have this it cuts out a hole for you that's almost 3 inches, so you could have pictures behind as well. And this could be a frame. Like before this set, I probably felt like nested dies were just kind of plain, like dependent on just like the regular circles, I probably just give it a miss. But since having these, I realized like how handy and versatile they are for little projects, So love that. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a little bit of these in action. It is very important to me to have like a little die cutting machine, because I always have like little dies that I could use quickly, and yeah, don't always feel like using the big machines. This is quite sticky. If you're actually wanting to like use this back for a project, I would recommend using like an actual non-tacky or low tack tape, like mint tape. I could link that down below for you. Or just something that's really a repositionable tape. This is a bit stickier than I thought it would be. So we have a little circle here, and that's ivory paper. So I'm just gonna pack these away, and then I'm gonna show you the largest die cutting machine that Ouya Makers has. Okay guys, so this is a big one. It's the Revolution. I think it's an upgraded model because the box says we are makers versus we are memory keepers, and so it also has a new magnetic platform, which I'm quite excited about. And it's a cutting and embossing machine. It cuts up to 6 inches wide. So if you do like 6-inch scrapbooking or whatnot, this would be great for that. And so yeah, let's open it up. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. So this is my first time. I don't have this machine before. I have quite a few other die cutting machines, including electronic ones. So this is my first time seeing this one, and I have heard really great things about it, so I am really excited. Let's put the box aside. All right. Okay. So we're opening up this, and we're getting in here. It's a really pretty Tiffany blue. And so I would usually just kind of put the washer on. And the handle, so just let's get this in here. So some of these are a bit easier to put together than others in my experience with the turn handle machines. But this is very exciting. Let's screw this on here with our little Allen key. And so braid. Oops, and then we have the kit with the instructions and how to layer up your plates for cutting. And so, okay, well, these are the instructions for the handle, which I just did. And then we have cutting instructions, roll plate, back and forth. So this is a roll through, it says roll through machine. Okay, so for intricate designs. And then this one is your embossing instructions as well. Okay. And so we have a few plates happening. We have your platform, your magnetic plate, which helps to keep dies in place, and we have, this is embossed, so it's not a cutting surface. So, and then you have your die cuts. Okay, so this is your magnetic plate with your holes behind. So the magnetic plate is really handy because it, you know, holds your metal dies in place. So that's pretty handy. Okay, so let's go on to the other tools. Here we have this Supreme ruler. I love rulers, so I'm gonna take this out. The other ruler I have that I use a lot from We Are Makers is this converter ruler. It's really handy because it has like all these really tiny measurements as well. So for example, if you have like 1 inch, you line up at 1 inch, and if you need like 1 and 1/16, which is 0.063, you have that, like those tiny lines there going straight across. You can measure really small bits as well, and which is particularly handy if you're doing something that requires, like specific measurements. For example, if you're trying to put something in a pocket, I find that it's not necessarily always 3 inch, depending on who's made those page protectors. Sometimes it's 2.875, sometimes it's 2.9375, and so if you want like an exact snug fit, it is really helpful for things like that. And then we have this Supreme ruler. It says press the stopper bar for straight lines every time. So let's see what's supreme about this ruler. Durable metal edge for perfect cutting. I agree. Like sometimes when you try to cut with the plastic rulers, it can't, especially with a craft knife, it sometimes goes in. So this will be quite handy. There's a see-through plastic edge for perfect measurements. On this side is centimeters and this side is inches. So it just kind of depends on what measurement you're using for what. And then a rubber grip and stopper bar prevents slipping. They're very handy as well. So when we open it up, so very sturdy. Okay, so this makes it, you know, quite stable. It doesn't move, so I think that's quite handy. Non-slip surface. So yeah, we have this Supreme ruler. Very fun. I will be creating projects with a lot of these tools over the next few months, so please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, sign up for notifications so you'll see whenever I've made new things and see how, you know, these tools are in action with projects that I've made. So I have one more tool here, which is a glass cutting mat, and then I'll show you that one, and I'll also show you some of the paper, stickers and embellishments that I received. So next up is this precision glass cutting mat. It is the prettiest lilac-ish color. So let's get in and show you. I love using glass cutting mats. As you can see, you can also use it for like paint mixing, so like a palette. It's a great stamping surface. It's great for cutting as well. And so you have your corners to protect your edges. There are also rubbers on the back so that it is not sliding on your surface. There are also angled cutting lines as well, inches on these sides and centimeters on the other, so just depending on what you're working with, I always find that pretty handy. And so just an overall stunning mat. I do have one of these and I have been using it for years. I pull it out quite a bit. I have quite a few mats, so it just all depends on what I'm working with, but I do find it quite handy for mixed media things, like if I'm doing stenciling, if I'm, you know, doing quite a lot of like stamping with sprayed inks and whatnot. I find that this works pretty well. It gives you a nice solid surface and a great imprint for stamping. So yeah, this is the last two that I have from this box, and so let's get into the paper, stickers and all those things. So I got a bunch of paper pads, stickers and embellishments from various collections, so I'm going to go through these with you. So this one is called Confetti Party. It has 12 sheets with holographic foil, so that's fun. Let me flip through some of these for you. Let me just use my craft knife and just get in there so you can see it fully. I do find 12 by 12 papers to be, you know, probably what I use the most. Like if I'm not doing a 6 by 8 scrapbooking spread, and you know, like if I'm not using a paper that's already pre-cut to that size, I find it's easy to use 12 by 12 because you can choose, you know, depending on how the pattern is. If I have a 7 by 8, I could choose either this side, or if I'm doing green and yellow, I will choose this side. And so I find that that's quite versatile in that way. So let's see a bit more. So we have these little dots. We have these pink confetti strokes as well. Oh, this is fun. This is a fully like pastel metallic spot. Like I love this. And then we have like this. I feel like these would be like really great for, you know, birthday parties. Quite colorful. These are little bird strips. If you want to cut these out as well, make good embellishments. And so we also have like this. This is fun as well. And then we have like this. If you're doing a 12 by 12 spread, it's handy. But also if you're doing a smaller spread, you could, you know, again, choose where you want this to be. And so we have some hearts here, a nice gradient, some words here: kindness, proud, throw kindness around. Oh, throw kindness around like confetti. This is fun. I mean, it's so light up here, so I was reading up here, but it's a bit brighter down here. So yeah, again, great for cutting down or using as a background. This is beautiful. Look at this one, and it's all like foil and hollow, so this is quite pretty. I would use this like right away for something. Perfect for Disney too. It's really pretty. And so we have these again, like 3x4 cards, which are great for your layouts. Oh, this is fun. Do what you love, high five, stay wild at heart, eat cake, toss confetti in the air. So this is just really fun for parties, celebrations, anything fun. It also has, you know, foiling, so it's hollow. It's like a pastel purple hollow, like a pink hollow, like it's all like really pretty kind of metallic foiling happening. This is a nice one too. There's kind of, you know, stars, squares. Then you have like your basic peach, which is always handy. It's quite, you know, mature, like a mauvey-ish color. It's more demure. So, oh, this is nice. It has black and white stripe with your little pinky dots, different shade, like pinky and peachy dots. This is a fun one. And the paper has a sheen to it as well, so it kind of like looks like it's, you know, it's a really nice smooth quality of paper. Some more hollow details here around the banners. Happy day, I love you, love, you know, so fun to cut out as well. Oh, balloons. These are pretty little confetti balloons. Yeah, so love this. Loving this paper pad. And then we have this one by Pebbles. It's called Sunny Blooms. I'm just gonna cut the sides off. Some sticky bits is on my finger. Okay, yes. Alright, so let's get in here with yeah, some clouds. So very spring oriented, I feel. Spring, but also just pretty. Look at this nice check. Oh, this is cute. These little houses. I always love those. Clouds. And like birds like this too is just so nice to use for layouts. A nice like light blue grid. And some pretty tags. Some foiling as well. Grateful for a friend like you. Spring delight. So that was quite right. I said spring. Strawberries. Oh, this is pretty. Strawberries with like a gold foil dots in there. And some flowers. And then we have rainbows. Flowers. Oh, a nice kind of rainbow plaid. Some more, you know, cards and embellishment bits. Oh, this is cute bunny. It's nice for Easter. And this one has a nice gold within the stripes. This is fun. And then we have the same patterns repeated. So great for people like me who, this is pretty with your gold dot. You know, like sometimes if I really like a pattern, I might hoard it. But when you have two sheets, then you don't have to hoard it. So I have quite a bit of this collection, which is Vicki Boutin with 49 in Market. So I'm gonna probably do those. These are all Curiosities in Willow Grove. So I will do these all together. Yeah, I have quite a few pieces in this Curiosities in Willow Grove collection, so that's always a fun. It's laser cut foliage, laser cut elements, cardstock stickers, journaling bits, foil die cut assortments, rub-on transfers. Oh, these are like little horses and animals. My son would love this. He loves these things. This is 49 Market, but Joanne Bean. So I'll do these after together. So this one is called Silver Leaf. So like lots of silver foil detail and silver and gray. Printed cardstock, double-sided, 36 sheets, 12 by 12 inches. So just like some nice basics. You know, let me just... Alright. So we have Silver Leaf. Let's go. Okay, so this is fun. So if you like silver foiling, then this is probably for you. I love the twinkle in your eyes. This is so beautiful. You're my silver lining. This is really nice. There is beauty everywhere. It's just fun. You know, this reminds me of like the really like traditional scrapbooking layouts. I haven't seen like grays and silvers a lot lately, and it could just be like where I am looking or scrolling. But this is, oh, this is nice. This is okay. So we have these beautiful neutrals. Oh, this is stunning. Gray and white. So really nice for, oh, this is fun. I always love a star. And you have like this. So a few like really cute things happening if you into more of the neutrals. Oh, this one's nice. It's like kind of really subtle gray and white crosses. That'll be fun to use. I just want to like pull out some of my favorites and just kind of put them aside to plan layouts. I feel like that's probably my next step to make sure that I use my supplies when I see things that I really like. Just pull them out and match them up with some photos and journaling, you know, like with what kind of stories I want to tell. This one's various shades of white. I expect it to be really elegant. It has a pearlized finish. It is 12 by 12 inches, and I love like these are some of my favorite types of paper. So textured white paper. So it might be a bit difficult to see, but hopefully this one has a kind of diamond type deco shape. This one as well. This one has what would you call it? Octa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hexagon shapes, kind of interlocking. I hope you can see. There we go. Yeah. I might just zoom this in a bit so that you could just see it a bit better. Okay. I hope you could see. We have like a floral, a white floral. And another kind of I would say like tile, deco tile type pattern. Oh, this is fun. Nice nude. And then we have this kind of baroque vibe. Some more like very neutral tone, so definitely up my alley with neutral tone. This is fun and kind of pearlescent triangle finish. Lovely, always love branches. And so we're just going through this kind of nice deco, kind of, I would say, a Moroccanish style pattern. And then we have these circles, some kind of chevron patterns. So very elegant. These are hearts, nice to use for monochromatic layouts. Stripes, so very fun. Oh, this is nice. Nice, always like a script. Always polka dots. These lovely. And then yeah, almost done. So this is a nice yeah, just white. I love white pattern paper, so beautiful. And now on to gold. Alright, so now we have gold. There's a ton of gold type patterns. Again, giving me vintage vibes. Lots of textured glitter, lace. This is fun. You know, some kind of stripe and diagonal stripe pattern. So yeah, lots of different patterns in here with gold. Oh, it's nice to have some woods in there with some gold foil. This is a gold stripe, which is fun. And some, you know, bouquet type gold glitter patterns here. And then just, yeah, oh, it's kind of gold foil. Almost missed these. These are nice too. So solid gold. And then Life of the Party, which is a very fun collection by the name of it. I have Life of the Party. I'm sorry about that. I'm getting a bit congested. So we have, oh, this is great. Oof. Look at this, there's gold foil highlights there. This is fun. And this is 24 sheets and a double-sided. So let's, this stripe always fun. Cards, fireworks. Some nice 2x2 cards, which is always great to use. And then some tags as well as banners, gold foil, party hats. Oof, this is fun. Oh yay! There are 2 of each! Oof! Thank goodness, because I was like, how am I ever going to choose which one to use first? So beautiful, nice fun patterns. And then we have Bia's collection, Poppy and Pear. Nice kind of dainty pattern. So we're just going in here, single-sided, 48 sheets. And so we have a nice good mix of patterns. This is fun. Here some florals, plaids, bows, More florals, hearts with florals, stripes, some banners. So these are all pretty fun, nice colors. There's some embroidery hoops, which is always great. Pays. This is nice. And then we go in with some lilacs. So definitely this will be fun to use to make a grid page layout. We're going in there, leaves, oh, a calendar. Interesting. Oh look, a little bow and a pink. Whew, this is cute. Maybe strawberries. I like little houses as usual. Stripe, nice little. Some frames, ledger. So here we are, guys. Just a nice fun, yeah, pattern, lots of different styles and things to choose from. And then we go into Bella and Bloom. So Bella and Bloom looks like a lilac with rose gold foil stack. Paper pad, 12 by 12, 36 sheets. This will be a fun one. I've been really loving lilac and purples recently, as you can tell by my sweatshirt. And this is fun. Oh, this is nice. And so this will be really like versatile. See that there are two sides, so let me bring it across a bit. Nice screen roll. Very fun. I love these outlined flowers, terrazzo. Oh, this is nice. Like this, yeah, it's like a oof. This is pretty. Some pretty flowers. So always, you know, really lovely pieces of patterned paper. I would love to know what everyone uses. You know, like how everybody gets through their patterned paper pads, because they're all always so beautiful. Is it that it's just a thing that you keep and hold on to your favorites, or you kind of separate out your favorites and share the rest with your friends? I would really love to know, because they're always so pretty. Oh, this is nice and dainty. Beautiful. So now we have this one, the Curiosities in Willow Grove, but we also have, I just have this paper pad here, so I'm just going to open this one up. It's by Pebbles. It's called Cool Girl, which I think is really cute. And I also have quite a bit of this Sweet Baby Girl collection. I received that previously, so I could work through my baby girl's first year album. So that'll be fun to share with you as well in an upcoming video. So this is a nice, yeah, Cool Girl. Friends of Flowers, I would pick you. Gold Squad, cute. We have like this. Some rainbows, woods, this nice little ledgerish stripe type thing. Oh, this is fun. Always love a star. Some gingham, just cute with the gold foiled inners. Unicorns, and then so these are the repeats of the patterns before. So very fun paper pad here. And now on to the last set of things in my box. Finally, so this is a Joanne Bain collection. And I think some of the papers below as well. That's new to me, but I'd love to know if, you know, yeah. But this is fun. It's kind of all these tags in various colors. What should I open up first? I feel like I did so much paper. I want to start with like stickers and all the other things first. So let's do that. We have here, I'm gonna put up here, let's take out some of these, and then we have stickers. We have a lot of things happening. So these are foiled die cut assortment for Curiosities in Willow Grove. We have numbers, we have apothecary glass jars, we have some banners, butterflies. So this is between Fortune and Market and Vicki Boutin, and we are going in. So very you know Vicki has a distinct style, and so very easy to spot. Alright, so we have, let's pull them out. There's some, okay, so this is a mix of, vellum, acetate, so fun for texture and layering and interest. Lots of gold foil in there, bits and bobbies. So this one's like, yeah, plastic kind of jar. Some labels. They have like kind of watercolory background. So very fun. I think I'm just gonna lay them out for you on my desk here, so you could just see them on a whitish background. Let's get some space. So I have like this nice green watercolor leaf with a gold outline. Have so noted our story. This is vellum lace stitched. We have a flower, a nice little flower thing, some gold foil. So just a really big variety. Like this is very Vicki with the different patterns in the words and the letters. Sorry, some new experiences. Give a nice little twig. Some leaves here. Do all the things. Vellum label, acetate, lace. This is vellum bottle. This, like if you wanted to maybe layer it. We have Bring Your Own Sunshine. We have some numbers here. Gold stars vellum with a black outline, a little clip, little spots, paint blobs, flags, some little watercolor pieces. So lots and lots of pieces, a really big variety of stuff happening here. This one is vellum. We took a double flag with a tab. And we have a blue, beautiful, friends, another kind of whisper thing, flower. I can't remember the name of it, like the ones that you blow and they kind of blow away is what it reminds me of. And yeah, some butterflies, flowers, handsome. Oh, this is pretty, all dainty floral with gold outline. Some more flags here you could tuck under something, maybe here. Some layering. Another point of view. So do lots of things, lots and lots of little twig, a little acetate label, another butterfly, flower, some dainty floral bits, and then more leaves and berries, bottle jars. I love this kind of double flag. You could just like tuck in under something. This one says note documented. Another gold leaf. Lots of nice gold vellum leaves. This would be fun to use. And then we have another watercolor swatch. Some little ink blobs. More stars happening. And we have these are some are plastic and some are vellum. So gold, pink, and then we have feathers, a butterfly, a dragonfly, or a batimamsel. Some these we have some acetate numbers 1 to 5. That'll be nice to put aside. And it also comes with like this number. So you have number, and you have I think 1 to 5. I'm seeing 3, 2, 4, 5, and I need to find 1. It's an acetate kind of blob like this one. More watercolor bits, double flags. A few of these. Note, remember, note, love this. Paper clip, some vellum, some more numbers as well, but vellum numbers with black, so vintage styled. And I have another blob. I'm missing number 1, am I? 4, 2, 3. Oh no, here it is. Oh, great. That would have sucked. Anyway, 1 and 5, and then we have 2, and I see number 1 here. So we have these. So some sets of numbers, ruler. So this is foiled die cut assortment. Assortment 107 pieces. Curiosities in Willow Grove. So we'll move on. Let me just pack these away. I think I might try and like keep them a bit stacked, so in order. So I'll do some of the gold vellum leaves and gold vellum flowers together. Just very delicate. And then I'll do the acetate leaves. These are probably some of my favorite. I love die cut leaves. It's so fun to play with. We have the feather butterflies. Oh, also my favorite. So we're just gonna go in there. We have some flowers as well. These are sunflowers, but black and white. We have this mushroom. We have a nice little acetate and gold leaf. Let's kind of pack that in. Hopefully you get a nice idea of the variety of items in the pack. We have these lace pieces with some stitching, as well as these kind of dainty little circles, which are acetate, purple, green, pink. We have these vellum circle pieces as well, which is kind of like little dainty florals. And then we have quite a few things happening. We have these words. So some are acetate, these are acetate, and then these kind of just hand script ones are vellum. Friends, beautiful and handsome. And we have flags, labels, a paper clip. Oh, I forgot these wooded pieces our historian noted. These are quite lovely. And then we have oh yay, some swatches. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. So I was able to see, you know, lots of new things that are coming to Spotlight and things that are currently offered by American Crafts and We Are Makers and some of the associated brands as well. So exciting stuff always. And let me just pack all these stars away. And these are cute, these little, what would you call them, ink blots. And then we get this in here, and then we have a few others, and then we can wrap this video up. I hope you stayed with me. If you stayed with me till the end, please comment below and let me know what your favorite item has been in this video, or which items you have already, which ones you're picking up. Love to chat. I love a good chat, guys. And then oh, this is cute little ruler. I always love rulers from Vicki. I have used some in the past from previous collections. There is one layout that comes to mind that I did for like a memory keeping stop the blur type layout, which is really fun. Boop. The little bottles. These are cute. I feel like I need some of these in my craft room to put like little curiosities, little things in there, bits and bobs. And then let's just pack these up. Hey. Boop, boop. Okay, so we have foiled die cut assortment packed up, and then we have journaling bits. Do you want to see all of these again? I just want to see the backs. This has just a wide range of clipboard, ruler, field note labels, paper clips, words. It's a really wide range of stuff. Alright guys, so let's just look quickly at these pieces. These are all fun. You have quite a bit of tags, word scripts, title, die cuts. And this is fun too. Little lace and stitching, a nice tab, tickets. So these are little paper clips. This. So lot is a big pack, 100 pieces. This one you could punch out the number 1. There you go. And then, oh, like these nice. Alright, a ruler. Some brackets. Oh, lots of little bits and bobs. Fall asleep with a dream. Wake up with a purpose. Some watercolor swatches were a bit bigger than the ones in the vellum ones in this pack. This is fun. A nice book, you could write in it. Nice envelope with the slit. Just tuck some things in there, like tucking this in here, just fun, it's pretty. So lots to choose from, lots to use, tickets, library cards, the whole 9 yards. I have a ruler. I always love these with little edges. This is fun. Nice big book. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. We have so many fun things. So many fun things. What's coming is better than what's gone. Admire. Whew. Yeah, these die cut packs are always so big. Again, you have numbers too, which is fun. So numbers 1 to 5, and you could punch them out. So you could use the circles or the punched out numbers, which would be fun. These are pretty colors. So, and of course, you also have like the number, the paper clips. You could tuck those in, and they're like this. These little wood strip pieces. Fun, 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 fun. Number, tickets, nice ledgers. So, you know, best vintagey vibes. Like, you know, if you're into, you know, junk journaling, collaging, very fun to create with. And then let's get into the stickers and the papers. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So these laser cut elements, 4 sheets, laser cut foliage, 4 sheets, cardstock stickers, 177 pieces, and rub-on transfers. These will be fun. 3 sheets. Hey. So let's go in to the cardstock stickers. These are always fun because these, look at these tiny little wood strips. These are so cute. They're in black and white, so depending on what your flavor is. Then we have some stars, spectacles, more numbers, butterflies, leaves. And we also have again these strips, which will be fun to kind of layer. I feel like layering the vellum with the acetate, the cardstock, the sticker. I think it'll all be so fun to use that on a layout. We have these nice banners. These are a new element. You know, our little glass bottles and camera. So this is quite fun. Going into laser cut foliage, we oh, okay. This is a new to me product from, I guess, because okay, so these are cut out already as it's implied. And so they have 4 sheets. I'm like afraid to open it now, but they're all laser cut, as you can see. So these could pop out quite easily. So very fun. I mean, it's a fun take on die cuts. Flowers, some woods, some stitch strips, hearts, mushrooms, feather. So fun. And then the same here. I'm being so gentle with this. Okay, so it's actually like 4. Okay, 1, 2. We have some nice leaves here as well. Wood strips will be fun to use. And we have some frames, which will be like, okay, so this is actually just the backing. You could cut these out easily. These would have been fun as die cut elements too. So we have this laser cut elements again, but this one is not foliage. So we have, you know, like just some really nice functional pieces. You have this kind of wooden wreath. Like I could easily like see pulling this out and kind of layering it. If you stars, bows, like whatever, for you know my favorite, favorite December projects. So we do have some frames in here. This we have like some banners. You have, you know, like pieces, so nothing is lost. And binoculars, tickets, excitement. And so yeah, then we go on. We have some nice textured pieces here with a little like lattice and holes, you know, so really fun. Ooh, it is what I thought it was. Lace, a huge lace stitch piece, and like you even have like this little extra piece here, like thread. The details are killing me right now. Like this is amazing. You have a few of these kind of stitch strips, so this will be fun to work with. Then you have like your little paper clips, and this actually is like a paper clip, so you can use it like that if you'd like to, like slide it into the side of a layout, or like, you know, if you have a photo you could slide it over it and whatnot. So that'll be fun to use. And we just pull it out. As I'm talking about it, I might as well just pull it out gingerly. Yeah, I think I don't know what I saw Wuthering Heights recently, yesterday, if you're watching this real time, but yeah, I don't know what it reminds me of, but I guess it's because it's a vintage as well. I have so many questions, guys, but anyway, let's try and gingerly get this out. Okay, so this is like really delicate, but it would be quite fun to use layered on a photo, because you could still, like, yeah, slide this in. Oh yeah, so fun. use with caution, I'd say. Just, you know, be very gentle. If you have kids, make sure they're like, you know, asleep when you're playing with this, because you need all of your attention, I think. But they're gorgeous and they'll be so fun to use in layouts. Alright, so let me pack this one to the side, and then we have this, which is the rub-on transfers. Now I love seeing rub-on transfers on layouts, but I don't think I've ever really, maybe once or twice, but I haven't really used them that much. These would be really pretty to use. I'm not, okay, I think they are, okay, good. I was like, this doesn't feel like the material for rub-on transfer. I have used them before. I've used probably some Cocoa Daisy and maybe something else, but these are stunning. They feel so great. They'll be fun to use for, yeah, autumn, spring, whatever your vibe is. But great, very fun collection. And so yeah, we have the rub-on transfers, the laser cuts. I'm just gonna put these away because next up are papers, and I'm gonna just clear. I'm just gonna clear my desk for that. It's been fun to go through. I love when, you know, collections are a bit different to, I guess, what I generally go for. And then I guess for me it feels like, you know, there are always situations where you'd want to use these things. Like recently I pulled out an old Heidi Swap. I think it was a Wilderness. I can't remember the name of the collection, but it was a wild, like mountainscapes and, you know, great outdoors kind of vibe. And I was working on my forest. That was my previous video that I put up. I was working on a kind of foresty vibe, and I pulled out some elements from that to pop in because the colors were right. The colors were coloring for me. And I guess that's probably one of the things, like, you just never know when you would need a collection. I feel like this would be great for, you know, like a camping trip. Not me, but you know, if somebody goes camping. Oh, if the family goes camping and we want to document it, you know, then yeah, we have this collection here to do that. So this is coming out brilliantly so far, and let's move on to the last bits and bobs that we have. What an unboxing, guys. Poof, I am tired. So let's go through this one. And here we go. Here we go. So we have these, you know, we know the theme, we know what kind of vibe to expect. But I am always stunned by Vicki's papers because there's always something that is unexpected but so lovely. Like, this is stunning. I am a big fan of autumn leaves, which is lovely. So let's go in here. Let's have some dots. Some of these. They are double-sided, so I hope you're seeing the other side as well. And we start back. So, you know, library cards are always fun. You have the butterflies. Some nice kind of vintage papers, vintage dots. Yeah, so this is the 12 by 12 paperback pad, paper patterns, pattern paper pad. The 12 double-sided papers, 2 of each design. And then we have this one, which is 6x8 paper pack. I feel like usually it's a paper pad in the past, and so this is fun to see. And always great to like cut down easily. We have some journal cards here, and you know, nice little frame, vintage papier, and flowers. So we have some recurring patterns here as well, which is fun for me. It's a really nice little journal cards too if you do the bottom half, or like a 4x6. Some deep colors, and then we have the same patterns coming back here. So fun. I think I am going to put my favorite in the back. I also love these though, so that's hard. But anyway, this is a reminder because it's autumn here for us, so time to begin using those. And then we do have Curiosities. Again, this is a 12x12 starter, so I think these are like foundational pages, and I'm seeing something that'll be fun to use. Here we are. So flowers, some more swatches, some vintagey, some, you know, the papers, some tags, frames. This is nice. So nice, you know, some bases, page bases, equal a starter pack. 10 double-sided heavyweight cardstock sheets, 1 of each design, plus an exclusive bonus print on the back side of the cover. So great to use, whether you're 12x12 or if it's fun, or you want to cut it down for smaller sizes. It's a nice thick weight. I don't think they usually share the GSM, but it is, I would say, about 160 to 192, somewhere up there with GSM. So that's this one. And then last but not least, we have Joanne Bain 49 and Market collection. It's another like vintage vibe. Ooh, but I see gingham and pink too, so that's been my vibe for the past year. Oh my god, I hope it's not just, yeah, it's just the edges. Look so pretty. Could have done with whole papers like that, but anyway. So 12x12 collection paper pack, 8 double-sided heavyweight cardstock sheets, 1 of each design. Of course, there's one on the back too, which is always fun. So farm fresh eggs, you know, some sunflowers. This will be fun when we have Sunflower Festival coming up. Yeah. So a mix of just, you know, vintagey, some field mouses. Oh, this is nice. I always love a blue stripe and every shape, form of fashion of blue stripe. I love this. And some nice wooden base. Okay, so I said like some pink stripe, which is always fun. So that is this paper pack. And then we have some nice little Highland cows and ponies. Oh my gosh. If my son sees this, he will think it's his. He'd love these so much. Yeah. So we have these. And this is the last one, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Let's go through. It's 4 sheets. Ooh. These are laser cut elements. This would be really nice for like a craft project. Ooh, we have horses. We have a nice windmill. Look at this cutout. It's so intricate. Goats, sheep, dogs, like the whole farm here. And then we have some ducks, bees, nice little stack of hay, corn, apples, Wellingtons, or eggs. Oh, it's a fun egg basket. So this is, yeah, a fun farm experience. And okay, I think this is the back of it, but yeah, lots and lots of icons to work with. So if you're doing, yeah, a nice little farm visit will be nice. We should do that soon, so I think like both of the kids are old enough to enjoy it. Like, but yeah, thank you so much for being here. I've absolutely loved going through all these things with you. So if you are watching from Australia, these will be in Spotlight stores coming soon. If you're watching from around the world, I will link below for you American Crafts, scrapbook.com, and some of the suppliers that have these items so that you can purchase it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which ones are your favorite. I'd love to know. And see you in the next video. Bye.